I see kids excited and motivated to come to the sessions with the multimedia approach that is being used. I think that really focuses on some of the students' learning styles and their interests. So that's one of the big keys in getting kids to buy into a program. The program has had a great initial impact.
I think that the slideshow presentations are beneficial. I think that the fact that he's brought real world situations into his presentations have been really important. One, because they've motivated the students. They've kind of drawn the students in so that they can pay attention and just gain their interest in general, just because they think, wow, that's cool. I think that the students are motivated a lot more than they were before.
Prior to Dr. Magli's presentation, when I started teaching this course, they would just remember the terms, the biological terms, plug in wherever they want without understanding the real concept behind it. In other words, they know the word, they know the meaning, but they don't know how to make connections. And Dr. Maglis helped them to make a connection between the concept and the terms, and that way they can have a smooth flow when they write the BCR. But when Dr. Maglis comes in, he gives them more visual through PowerPoint's slide presentation, and he engages the class inside of a group discussion and one-to-one discussion. And the kids love that because that's a place where they can express their knowledge, and they can also clear their misconceptions. In his PowerPoint presentation, lots of time he would show slides from the real life, pictures, not just graphic, diagrams or cartoons, but most of the time he'll show a real life example pictures, and that would, probably that made them to figure out that biology has a real life value, not just a subject that you learn in school.
As being a president of the Dunbar Poet Producers, I feel as though our mission being to advance the education and learning capabilities of not only students in Dunbar, but students in other schools as we expand and go on. Because as you know, this is just the starting basis, this is the building block. So once we work out the kinks and we're able to expand on to other schools, this program will really be able to help other students because it's using something that children can relate to, high school students can relate to, which is music, because that's what they take an interest in. Oh, you start thinking of the tune, you start snapping your fingers. Oh, I remember this lyric in a song told me that osmosis is water traveling through a semi-permeable membrane. It's not always easy to focus in class, and with the slides that Dr. Margulies uses, as well as the music, it's a lot more easier for, let's say it's interactive learning, if you will. So it's a lot easier for us to focus and comprehend what's going on.
I think it's affecting me positively because he's giving me a different outlook on the way things are explained in class. Like you just reading a textbook, it's almost harder to understand because you gotta read it, you gotta read it over again, and some of the words are hard to understand. But the way he explains it, he just gives a different approach to it. He shows you from a different aspect. I've noticed the increase in almost everyone's grade that's helped. When Mark Lee's coming to the room, I noticed an increase in just about everyone's grade since he's been there, since the duration of the time. But I also do believe that other schools will benefit from it greatly because it helps you get a different look on the way you learn it. It's almost helping you teach yourself where you can make songs to help you memorize things. It's almost helping you teach yourself in a sense. Because the way you better understand something is the way you would repeat it to yourself. So when you say things to yourself and the way that helps you understand, it gives you a clearer look on things.
I see pictures and I'm a visual learner, so when I see things, I can keep it in my head, and so it's I can better understand it because I see the picture of maybe oxygen molecules or something like that. I think that the Dunbar Poet Producers will benefit the community because we're doing something positive. There's a lot of negative things out there, and we're trying to do something positive to make our school better and our grades higher and so we can pass out HSAs and things like that.
Being in the classroom with Dr. Margulies, it helped me out a lot because he has the slides and they're really colorful and I like colors, so it kind of appeals to me a lot and it helps things to click easier, whereas if I read in the textbook it really wouldn't click as much as it does when Dr. Margulies uses his slides. You know, I see them when we're reading textbooks. They fall asleep every now and again, but when Dr. Margulies comes in with his slides, then they're amped to kind of stay upright more, and they're more attentive, and when it's over, they're able to, you know, repeat everything that they've learned. I do think that what we're doing over here, we take it to other schools, it will be really beneficial, not only in science, but in other classes as well, such as English and Spanish and stuff. Being a part of the Dunbar Poets Producers or like group and everything, it's helped me to be able to understand more things as far as osmosis and homeostasis a lot easier.
We had a deficit in the writing skills of the students expressing the concepts in science and biology in words. They are now able to do this because they have a picture. And with that picture, they can now transfer that picture into word form. With the initiative, the students have been talking, seeing, and now they have something to write about. You can't write if you don't know how to start it or what you should include as details. I think with the slides, with the real life images, the real life animation, the students now can write. So we have had, in our last benchmark, which is benchmark 2, the students, all of the classes have gone up in the BCR writing, which is a narrative that the students get with different details that they have to explain about a biological concept. Just about all of the BCRs, you can see the content of Dr. Margulies' time and effort with looking and strategizing to see which of the PowerPoints will be most helpful for students to key in on the concept. I have been just fascinated I shake when I go to the sessions because these are some things I would have wanted to have heard, seen, and felt. And definitely when I were in high school. I love science, and I may be a little biased because I have a passion for science, but I'm so thrilled to see him deliver the lecture, and I sit there, I take notes, and when he hit the human part and the medical part, this is what we need. We're Dunbar High School professionals for health. These students need that integration of the body and how it's applied to all of the sciences.